See here the one problem is given. A 4-pole shunt generator wounded with lap winding. The armature has a 20 slots. The armature has a 20 slots. Each slot consisting of 12 conductors, and flux per pole is 2 milliwebers. It runs at a speed of 1500 rpm. Find the generated voltage in a generator. See here already we know the EMF equation in the generator. E is equal to Zn pi by 60 into P by A. See, whenever this type of problem is given, try to write the given data, what is given in the problem. Given data. Number of poles. Poles P equal to 4. Shunt generator wounded with lap winding. The type of winding is the lap winding. Lap winding. So the number of parallel paths equal to number of poles in emission. The armature has a 20 slots. See here, if you take this is the armature, on the armature in this manner 20 slots are there. 20 slots are there. Each slot is consisting of 12 conductors. 12 conductors. Nothing but total number of conductors in a mission equal to total number of conductors. Total number of conductors Z equal to number of slots into conductors per slot, nothing but a 20 into 12. 20 into 12. Now, next flux per pole is given. Flux per pole, nothing but a pi, that is given in a milliwebers. 2 milliwebers, nothing but a, that you have to convert into webers, 2 into 10 power of minus 3 webers. 2 into minus 10 power of minus 3 webers. Next, speed of a motor is given. Speed of a generator. The speed N equal to 1500 rpm. 1500 rpm. Now we know the formula for the generated voltage in a generator. Is equal to, here I am writing, is equal to Zn pi by 60 into P by A. All values are there. You substitute and simplify that one. Z equal to how much you are getting here? 240 conductors. The speed of the motor is given speed of the generator is given 1500 into flux per pole is given 2 into 10 power of minus 3. The number of poles is 4. The lap winding, in case of lap winding, the number of parallel paths equal to number of poles, nothing but A equal to P. A equal to P. These two are equal. So these two gets cancelled. Divide by 60. If you simplify this one, you are getting the answer. You are getting the answer. You work out that one. Now let we go for the second problem. In second problem, a 4-pole shunt generator is wounded with wave winding. The armature has a 200 conductors. The armature has a 200 conductors. The flux per pole is 0.12 webers. At what speed the generator has to run to have a voltage of 400? To have a voltage of 400. See, in this problem, the given data, here I write in the given data, given data, The number of poles is given, nothing but P equal to 4. And armature has a 200 conductors, nothing but the number of conductors that we are represented with Z, that is equal to 200. The flux per pole is given, flux per pole pi equal to 0.12 Weber, 0.12 Webers. This value directly given in Webers only. Next, at what speed the generator has to run to have a voltage of 400 volts? Nothing but a EG is given, that is 400. We know the formula for the generator voltage in a generator. EG equal to Z n pi by 60 into P by A. The total number of conductors are given 200. Speed we have to calculate, and the flux per pole is given 0.12 divided by 60 into P, number of poles is given 4. But here, what is the type of winding? The type of winding is wave winding. Wave winding is nothing but the number of parallel paths in a armature is equal to the 2. Nothing but A equal to 2. A equal to 2. Now you take the same value here, 2. This is equal to generated voltage, that is 400. 400. If we simplify this one, 2, here 200, this gets cancelled, and then you find the value of the n equal to 60 by 0.12 RPM, revolution per minute. You solve that one so that you are getting the answer for this one. The speed of this much of speed has to maintain by the generator, so that it is giving a voltage of 400 volts with the armature conductors of 200 conductors. The flux per pole is 0.12, and number of poles is 4, and type of winding is wave winding. Now let me go for the third problem. A 4-pole shunt generator wounded with a wave winding. The armature has a 200 conductors. The flux per pole is this much, 0.12 Webers. At what speed the generator has to run to have a voltage of, already we have done this problem. Okay. Now we are going to see the one more problem on the numericals on the classification of the generators. A shunt generator supplying a current of 10 amperes at a 200 volts. The armature resistance 0.2 ohms. The shunt field resistance of 100 ohms. Find the generated voltage. This is another way of asking the how much is the generated voltage in a generator by giving the circuit parameters. Circuit parameters. See here it is given the shunt generator. Already we know the circuit diagram for the shunt generator. This is generator. Inside easy generator voltage is there. The same manner armature has a armature resistance. See here it is a shunt generator. So the field winding is connected across the armature in this manner. Armature is giving a supply to the load. How much current it is giving? 10 amperes of current is giving. It is giving a current of 10 amperes at a voltage of, see here, at a voltage of 200 volts. That is given in the problem. See, in this type of problem, if any problem, if you can able to draw the circuit diagram, you draw the circuit diagram and insert the values which are given in the problem in the circuit. Whatever the data is given in the problem, that you try to insert in the circuit diagram. Okay. Now 10 amperes at a 200 volts. The armature resistance here, armature resistance 0.2 ohms, and shunt field resistance 100 ohms. 100 ohms. Find the generated voltage. Find the generated voltage. See here, EG is there. The EG has a polarity of, this is plus, this is minus. This is the armature resistance RA, which is supplying a current of IA. Nothing but in the armature, in the circuit diagram, we are simply representing with a circle, but inside the winding has a resistance and generated voltage EG. The generated voltage here we are representing as a voltage source, DC voltage source. That we are representing EG. That we are representing as a EG. Now, here, now our aim is to find the generated voltage. Now we have to apply the KVL in this loop. KVL in this loop. To apply the KVL in this loop, we should know the what is the voltage drop across the each element. See here, the element RA value is given, but the armature current we does not know. That we have to calculate. See here, the total supply current of 10 amperes, nothing but a load current. That we can take it as a IL. That we can take it as a IL. Now the shunt field current ISH, shunt field current, ISH equal to the voltage across the shunt field divided by the resistance of the shunt field. The voltage across the shunt field becomes a 200 divided by the this 100 gets cancelled 2 amperes. 2 amperes. See, this current is flowing in this manner. Now if you apply the Kirchhoff current law at this point, now the IA equal to armature current, IA equal to IL plus ISH, that is equal to 10 plus 2, 12 amperes. 12 amperes. Now you apply the KVL in this loop. When you are applying the KVL in this loop, we start moving from this point. This you take it as A. This is AA. Nothing but armature terminals. When you are moving in this path, this is voltage rise. Nothing but easy. Voltage rise you take it as a positive. The voltage drop across a resistance. This is plus. This is minus. Nothing but a fall in a voltage. That you take it as minus. IA, RA. Next again this is voltage fall, minus V equal to 0. Minus V equal to 0. Nothing but algebraic sum of the voltages in a closed path is equal to 0. That is the Kirchhoff voltage law. The Kirchhoff voltage law. Now this easy generated voltage equal to V plus IA RA. V plus IRA. In this case, we neglect the brush voltage drop. The brush voltage drop, because that is not given in the problem. If it is given in the problem, that also you have to consider. But here, we neglect the voltage drop across the brush. That is nearly the 2 to 3 volts only. 2 to 3 volts. That we are neglected because it is not given in the problem. Now, E is equal to generated voltage is equal to, we know that formula, V plus, substitute the values, 200 plus IA 12 amperes, this one, 12 into armature resistance, that is given 0.2 ohms. So how much you are getting means, this we are getting the 200 plus 2.4, this is equal to 202.4 volts. This much of voltage will be generated in a armature when the generator is supplying a current of 10 amperes at a load of 200 volts. At load voltage of 200 volts. Now we are going to see this is shunt field current. Now we are going to see go for the next problem in the classification of generators. A 4-pole series generator is supplying a current of 10 amperes at supplying a current of 10 amperes at 200 volts. The armature resistance of 0.2 ohms and series field resistance of 0.01 ohm. It has a conductors of 200 conductors which are lap wounded. The flux per pole is 15 milliwebers. At what speed the generator has to run? Thus, what speed the generator has to run? Nothing but so first you draw the circuit diagram. Series generator. This is the armature. Has a EG as well as a RA. This is the series field winding. The armature RA value is given. RA value is given, that is 0.2 ohms. Series field resistance is given, that is 0.01 ohm. And supplying a current of, it is given 10 amperes at 200 volts. 200 volts. Here some other data also given. He is going to find out, he is asking to find out at what speed the motor has to run. The motor has to run to supply this much of current and this much of voltage. Another data, some other data also given. So what is another data is given? The total number of conductors are given. Total number of conductors are given. The total number of conductors Z equal to 200 volts is given. 200 is given. The type of winding is given. Lap winding. Lap. Nothing but the type of winding, lap winding is given, means indirectly it is going to give the information about the number of parallel paths. So here, if it is lap winding, the number of parallel paths A equal to number of poles in emission, that is 4. Again, next number of poles in emission is given, that is 4. That is 4. Here P is nothing but a number of poles. Number of poles. Now here you apply the KVL in this loop. If you apply the KVL in this loop, you are getting the equation EG equal to V plus IA into RA plus RSE. RA plus RSE. So V is given 200 plus IA is given nothing but how much load current is flowing, the same amount of current is flowing here also. So IA equal to 10 amperes into 0.2 plus 0.01. If you work out this one, you are getting the some value. You are getting some value here if you work out. So fundamentally, we know the expression for the generated voltage. Here we know the some value. We are getting some value here, right? That you take it as a some x, some value, right? We know the formula for the generated voltage in a generator. EG equal to Zn pi by 60 into P by A. Here nothing. Zn pi by 60 into P by A. See here, we are getting this value. We know this value. number of conductors are given, that is 200 into n, that we have to find out, and flux per pole is given. How much flux per pole? Here it is given 15 milliwebers, nothing but a 0.015 webers, 0.015 webers, 0.015 webers divided by 60 into here lap winding. So the number of parallel paths equal to A. This value becomes same. So these two gets cancelled. See here one quantity easy is there. Already we know the known value here from this equation. Now you equate these two and find the value of speed of a motor. Find the value of speed of a motor. You work out that one. Find the value of speed of a motor. See, this is the procedure in which you have to, how we are going to calculate the things which are asked in the problem. Okay. Now we will see the one more problem. A separately excited DC generator. A separately excited DC generator has an armature resistance of 0.22 ohm. The total voltage drop at a brush is given 2.5, and when it running at a 1200 rpm, speed is given, delivering a current of 120 amperes at a 220 volts to a load of constant resistance. If the generator speed is dropped to the 750, the generated speed is dropped to the 750 with the same amount of field current, nothing but a field current is unaltered, find the current delivered to the load. Try to understand this problem. See, generator is running at some speed, it is giving some amount of current to the load, that is 120 amperes and 220 volts. The type of generator is a separately excited DC generator. Nothing but the field is excited separately. See, first let me draw the circuit diagram. This is the field winding. This is the armature winding. There is no electrical connection between the armature winding and field winding in case of separately excited DC generator. So this is the generator. Inside easy in series with a RA. It is supplying a current of 120 amperes. This is 120 amperes at a voltage of 20 volts. This voltage is given, that is 220 volts. That voltage is given 220 volts at a load of constant resistance. It is constant resistance. In this problem it is taken the constant resistance. If the say at what speed the generator is running initially, the generator is running at a speed of 1200 rpm. First you have to calculate the how much is the generated voltage in a generator. The brush voltage drop also given, that is the brush V brush that is given as a 2.5 volts. Apply the KVL in this loop. If you apply the KVL, Eg equal to V plus IaRa plus V brush. Apply the KVL in this loop, you are getting the same equation. Now V equal to how much voltage given? The voltage of the load is given V value. This is V. The voltage across the load V, that is 220 volts plus current is given 120 amperes into armature resistance is given 0.22, nothing but this value, armature RA 0.22 plus V brush is given nothing but a the voltage drop across this brush, that is 2.5 volts. Now if you complete this one, you are getting the some known value, that you take it as a known, you are getting some known value, that you take it as a x known. Known value. Nothing but this much of voltage will be generated in a generator when the generator is running at a 1200 rpm. At what speed it is running? It is running at a 1200 rpm. That is given in the problem. That is given in the problem. This is the field winding. Field winding. So this much of speed the generator is running. This much of speed the generator is running. Now he is going to find out, he is asking to find out if the speed is come to the 750 rpm, how much current is delivered by the, find the current delivered to the load. Find the current delivered to the. Now if the speed is come to the 750 rpm, already we know that the generated voltage EG is directly proportional to the speed. Already we know this one. Here we know the EG value. So this X is proportional to 1200. Nothing but this voltage is X is known quantity. X is known quantity, that is proportional to 1200. Now we have to find out how much is the EG. Now we are going to find out the generated voltage at a 750 rpm. Directly proportional. Directly proportional. This you take it to the equation 1 and this you take it to the equation 2. Now divide the equation 2. Divide the equation 2 by 1 and calculate the value of EG. The value of EG equal to, how much value you are getting means X by 1200 into 750. See what is X here? Already we calculated the X value. So whatever the value calculated here, that you take up here. X by 1200 into 750. This much of voltage will be generated in a generator when this machine is running at a 750 rpm. Machine is running at a 750 rpm. This is volts. But they're asking to find out how much is the current supplied by the current delivered to the load. So if you apply KV in this equation, see IA equal to, from this equation, if you find the IA from this equation, if you find the IA, how much you are getting? EG minus V brush divided by RA. Nothing but a EG minus V minus V brush divided by RA, that gives the armature current. That gives the armature current. In this manner you have to find out. The expression for the armature current equal to EG minus V brush. So what is EG here? Already we calculated the EG here. Whatever the value you are getting here EG, you take up the same value here. The load voltage is constant, that is 220 volts. V brush also the constant, that is given in the problem, that is 2.5. You take up this value V brush here. The V, this voltage you take here. The RA value is given, that is equal to 0.22 ohms. If we solve this one, you get in the answer for the, you get in the solution for the armature current. You are getting solution for the armature current. This is very important model problem. This is the problem which is based on the OCC characteristics of a DC shunt generator which is conducted at a 800 RPM. This is very important. The open circuit characteristics of a DC shunt generator 800 RPM is given by the following data. This is the data which is given in the problem. The field current 0, 0.2, 0.4, 0.65, 1.02, 1.75, 3.15 like that. The corresponding voltage are also given at this value of speed. At this value of speed. Find the critical field resistance at a 900 RPM. So up to here it is the problem. Up to here. Right? So from this point to this point. This is the question. Now we are going to solve this one. At what value you have to find out? At 900 RPM we have to find out what is the critical field resistance of a generator. The critical field resistance is defined as it is the resistance value of a shunt field. It is the shunt field resistance of a generator at which it exactly tangent to the most linear portion of the OCC curve at a given speed. Most linear portion of the OCC curve at a given speed. Speed is very important. But here he has given the data at 800 RPM, but they asked to find out what is the critical field resistance of a generator at a 900 RPM. Once the field current is constant, the flux in the machine also the constant. Nothing but a flux is constant. So the generated voltage is directly proportional to the speed. The generated voltage is directly proportional to the speed. E is equal to Z n pi by 60 into P by A. In that equation, pi also constant. Remaining all parameters are constant. So E is directly proportional to the speed of a generator. So this is the voltage at a 800 when the field current is 0. Nothing but a residual voltage. This voltage is nothing but a residual voltage at 800 RPM. Now we have to calculate how much voltage will be induced in a generator when it is maintaining the speed as a 900 RPM. 900 RPM without changing the field current. See here, what are the field current values are there? We have taken the same field current values here. This one. These are the voltages at a 800 RPM. These are the voltages at a 800 RPM. The corresponding field current. This is given in the question only. Now we are going to find out this one. If the machine is running if the generator is running at a 900 RPM, what is the voltage induced in a generator? So how we are getting means the voltage induced in a generator is at 900 equal to at a the generated voltage at a 900 equal to generated voltage at a 800 generated voltage at a 800 into 900 by 800. You are getting the 9 by 8 means you are getting the 1.125. So what are the voltage we are getting here at 800? Suppose if you want to find out the voltage at 900 means every value you have to multiply with a 1.125 so that you are getting these values. All these values. Already I was calculating all these values. See, these voltages are nothing but the voltages induced in a generator. The voltages induced in a generator when it is running at a 900 RPM. When it is running at a 900 RPM. See, in that manner, we have calculated these values. All these values. Now you take the field current on x-axis. The voltage induced in a generator at 900 rpm, because where we have to find out the critical field resistance, that is data you have to take here. Here the two voltages are there, one at 800, another one at 900, but we have to calculate the critical field resistance at 900 rpm. We have to calculate the critical field resistance at 900. So this data 11.25 and 45 and 90 and 135, 800, 225, 270, 292.5. These voltages you have to take on a y-axis. Easy at 900. Easy at 900. You take the sum scale. Actually, to solve this problem, we can solve this problem only on the graph sheet only. Take the scale for the field current as well as the voltages also. Suppose if we take the scale for the field current as a 0.5, field current 0.5 amperes equal to 1 centimeter. This one 0.5, this is 1, this is 1.5, this is 2, in this manner, this is 2.5. The final value becomes a 3. You can go up to the 3 like that. The same manner, if we take the scale for the voltage 50 volts, on the voltage axis here I have taken the 1 centimeter equal to 50 volts, nothing but this is 50, this is 100, this is 150, this is 200, 250, 300. Now corresponding this field current and this voltage, you note down the points. If the field current is 0, the voltage is 11.25, the first point becomes this one. The first point becomes here. In the graph sheet you have to develop this one. The second one 0.2 amperes, 45 volts. 0.2, nothing but here we are getting the 0.2, here we are getting the 45 volts, another point. 0.4, you are getting the 90 volts. 0.4, here you are getting the 90 volts, this third point. 0.65, we are getting the 135 volts. 0.65, nothing but nearly you are getting here 0.65, 135 volts, nothing but here you are getting the one more point. Next 1.0 to 180 volts, nothing but 1 point, here we are getting how much voltage? 180 volts, nothing but here we are getting the one more point. Next 1.75, we are getting the 225. 1 point, this is 1.5, this is the 1.75, means we are getting here how much voltage? 225. We are getting the one more point here, 225. And 3.15, we are getting 270. 3.15 means here we are getting the 270, means almost all you are getting here. Next point, here, that side you are getting. If you line join all these points, this is the OCC, open circuit characteristics of a generator at 900 rpm. 900 rpm. Where we have to calculate the critical field resistance, we developed the data from the 800 rpm. We developed the data at 900 rpm. That data we have taken on the, we have drawn the graph. We have drawn the graph. This OCC is nothing but a open circuit characteristics of a DC generator at 900 rpm. At 900 rpm. Now, you draw a resistance line. The critical field resistance is nothing but a, it is the field resistance of shunt field generator, because it is shunt field generator. shunt field generator at which it is tangent to the most linear portion of the curve. Most linear portion of the curve. See here, this is the linear portion. So from this point, for this linear portion, you draw a tangent. Nothing but this is the critical field resistance line. Critical field resistance line. This is the critical field resistance line. That simply we are representing as a R suffix C. R suffix C. R suffix C. Now how we are going to calculate this value means, how much resistance value means, we know the line only. Because by means of a scale, we have drawn the one straight line. We have drawn the one straight line. Most linear portion to the OCC curve. So how we have drawn this means by means of scale only we have drawn this one. Right? Now you take a one point here. That point is A. You can take it as one point here. Draw a vertical line. The same manner here also you draw. The slope of this line nothing but a tan theta. Theta we have taken this angle. Slope of line, this line is nothing but a tan theta. Tan theta equal to, in this triangle, tan theta equal to this length equal to this one. How much you are getting this length here? Almost all 175. Nothing but this you take the B, this you take it as a O. Nothing but tan theta equal to AB by OB. AB by OB. See here, if we take here, we are getting the almost all, you are getting 175 volts. 175 volts divided by this current 1 ampere, nothing but 175 ohms. This is the critical field resistance of a generator. In this manner you have to calculate. How we are going to calculate the critical field resistance means, first you have to draw the tangent. In the most linear portion, you take up one point. Corresponding to the point, you have to draw a vertical line as well as a horizontal line. See here we are getting the theta. For this theta, you have the tan theta equal to AB by OB. From the graph, you know the value of AB divided by the OB. See, you are getting the critical. This value becomes a critical RC equal to 175 ohms in this case. This value may not be correct because I did not take a accurate graph here. But you people have to take a graph sheet. On the graph sheet, you take the scale and develop means you are getting the exact value. What is the exact critical field resistance of a generator at a 900 RPM? This is the procedure. See here, the tan theta is nothing but that value you have taken as a critical field resistance. Yes or no? See here, you should not measure this angle. Some of the people, what they are doing means, they are measuring this angle, nearly they are getting the 30 degrees. They are simply saying that the critical field resistance equal to tan 30 degrees. This is wrong. This is wrong. You are getting the wrong answer here. So, the critical field resistance means, see here for this line, you take the point A. Corresponding to A, you draw one vertical line to the x-axis as well as the y-axis. Now for here, take this angle as a theta with x-axis. Now you find the tan theta equal to AB by OB. So AB value you have to take from the graph. The same manner from the OB also you have to take from the graph. Take the ratio between these two values. That value is given the critical field resistance. Critical field resistance of a generator at a 900 RPM. This is the procedure in which you have to calculate the critical field resistance.